cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in too. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in too. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, K Money, and in the building with me, my co-host, Freddie G, Slash, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. And you can find us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast, Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And if you're on YouTube, please don't forget to like and or subscribe. All right, welcome to another episode of True Tuesday. Today, fellas, I thought we'd talk about the U.S. dollar. Is it as valuable as it used to be? The value of a dollar, you know. Prices are certainly going up nowadays, but I think, you know, not even just here in America. I think, the dollar has been the strongest currency, foreign currency, you know, as long as I've been living, and times seem to be changing now to where they're speaking on trying to take over that number one spot, you know, and I'm not sure how much that would change how we live as Americans. You know, I don't do a lot of foreign traveling, but it would definitely affect those that do travel abroad. You know, and I'm sure it would affect us in many different ways. You know, there are some pros and cons, and I just wanted to discuss, you know, some of those pros and cons to if, you know, the dollar was to lose its value, and basically what is the true value of a dollar nowadays.
Right. Man, that would be, I think it'd be terrible. I mean, the U.S. is big. There's a lot of people with money. And to wake up one day and your money that was millions, and they say, we're not quite sure what it's worth now. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you good. Your bank account stacked.
Yeah.
On, let's say, on Tuesday, it's stacked. But now, you wake up Thursday, and you go to the bank, and they say, we have to get back with you. We're not sure what your money's worth.
That'd be hard for me to understand.
We're under Russia and China's new whatever they're going to use for money. You know, that would be a hard feeling if I was rich. That'd
be hard to understand.
Period.
You know, I don't even think I would be able to leave that bank without explanation that would be.
My millions, like millions or more.
I wouldn't have to be rich.
You know, all
to
this
feel
hard work
like
I've
that.
done to save this money, and y'all telling me that was for nothing.
That was for nothing. Yeah.
You know, I don't know if it would go down like that, but that would be a hard feeling.
So it's like when we have the U.S., the dollar is no longer going to be any value, especially like I said, when we go in banks and one day we have millions and the next day it's like they're probably going to try to figure out what money is worth according to, I guess, the new standards or whatever the new money would be. So I would suspect, being in the banking industry, people's money would be on hold for long periods of time where they can't get to it. It would be bad if the U.S. dollar goes south for the winter. I'll put it to you that way. It'll be bad. We're one of the biggest countries. It just wouldn't be good.
Well, we're definitely one of the powerhouses, which, like I say, for as long as I've been around, which is 52 years, you know, America has pretty much always been, you know, one of the top three countries, you know.
Yeah.
China and Russia, I guess, would be the third.
Yeah.
But I've been lucky enough to have been able to travel abroad, and you know, just trying to spend your money across in these other countries. I back then, you know, I was young, so I really wouldn't know the impact today versus, you know, what it was back then. But I didn't really see a difference. You know, I was still able to purchase whatever it was that I wanted to purchase.
Right.
But at that time, I'm sure the value of the dollar was a lot higher than what it is now. And you know, now that, like I said, they're talking about going away from it. And possibly going to something more modern, like Bitcoin is what allegedly I think I've heard of the news.
And gold.
And
They're looking at gold.
Mm-hmm.
Gold. They're talking about China and Russia. I don't know how true it is, but I've just seen a couple of little TikTok ads that they're trying to come up with a commodity. The U.S. not the U.S. I'm sorry, China and Russia with a commodity such as gold and other sources, maybe, I don't know, plutonium, I don't know, but I know gold was one of them, and that would be the new dollar that they want to use, that commodity instead of the U.S. dollar. That's what they're trying to. I don't know how true it is though.
Well, there are a lot of countries, well, not a lot, but there are several countries that seem to already be on board, if I'm not mistaken, and they have a coalition called BRICS, which is Brazil, China, India, Russia, and South Africa.
What? I never heard
so
of
they're already on board in regards to I think de-dollarizing, if that's the correct terminology. The U.S. dollar. So, you know, it's already in the making. I just don't know how successful, you know, they're going to be at doing so, and how easy it would be, you know, because that's a powerful move.
So in order for that to work, though, we got to get along. The countries have to get along.
Right.
Like for instance, with the war with Russia and Ukraine and the sanctions or whatever that the U.S. put on Russia, the Russian ruble is not worth what it used to be, and it's steady tumbling. And so, in order for all that stuff to work, man, they're gonna have to get along. And as far as the U.S. dollar, I mean, I think that we're still the highest currency, or one of the highest currencies out there. I mean, and we're a powerhouse, man.
So I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you a question. And I'm kind of being funny, but I'm kind of being serious at the same time. You think all these countries won't get along if we knit another talk show host or a talk show contestant into the presidency, White House? You don't think these countries, like, you gonna let him back in again? They gonna get along if he gets back in office. Just for that particular.
I'm assuming the he you're speaking of is Donald Trump.
There's only other talk show person that I know that got on. He was on, what was it called? That was the name of that show he was on, I can't remember. And then he ends up being the president. Doesn't even go together. Doesn't even go together.
Yeah, I don't think they took us serious at that time when he was in office. Honestly speaking, you know, I thought they looked at us as a joke.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making. The countries are looking at us as a joke. Man, this man was just doing whole talk shows, and now you got him at your president. Is y'all crazy?
So, question: you think if he got back in office,
it'll be worse?
They would stand a better chance on de-dollarizing the dollar?
Nah. No, not with him. It'll be the person after him.
So now I hear was talking about the currency and you know the difference and the better of, you know. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the people that have billions of dollars, what does that do to their currency? As far as they have dollar bills, $100 bills, and what does that do for them as far as if I decide I want to take my billions of dollars and switch it over to this currency? How much an increase am I taking on this type of currency, switching over to this type?
You know, that's going to be one of the main issues,
right?
You know, because if the value of a dollar is not what it was today or is today.
So why would I switch it over if it's not worth more?
Well, that's a good question. I mean,
right. I'm pretty sure since they are going away from U.S. dollar, that those billions probably won't be billions anymore. If I was a country and I was coming for the U.S., Yeah, you got billions, but now I'm gonna give you for every billion you got, I give you $10,000. That's what I would do.
No, but wait, I'm saying
your money wouldn't be worth what you think your money is worth.
So that's what I'm
anymore.
saying. Why
if I was another country, another enemy country, you know what I mean?
how do you change the currency if you don't have the currency? If all of these billionaires got their money put in a certain place, I mean, and I'm just saying that to say, who says, okay, you got to turn all your billions into this new currency that we coming up with? Who says that? And
so what happens if
But can you force me to switch my money over if it's not worth more even? Period?
Well, it's not forcing. You ever been on a job before and they kind of make you want to quit? Well, that's what will happen. All these countries will be on board, and
so
we'll be the only outsiders.
Yeah, and you're not on.
You just kind of forced to do it.
Hey,
so that's all they're gonna do. That's all.
Let's back up. I don't think it would affect. Like again, it won't. It would only affect those that traveled abroad. Here in America, you know, the value of a dollar to us would still, I believe, it would be pretty much the same to us. But you know, going to another country and trying to spend your money over there, you're getting less.
Of course.
So that's how it would affect those billionaires or millionaires. But regular motherfuckers like you and I, I think, you know, it really would impact us.
So I mean, you got to think of all the trading. All that stuff is going to cease. All that stuff that we get from overseas. If they're going to say, okay, you don't want them sanctions, all that's going to come into play.
That's one of the
you
things
don't
that's
want to
making
change
us a powerhouse is how we're able to, you know, benefit from the way we trade and how we trade.
Right. But at the same time, though, if countries don't want to rock with us no more and say, okay, we don't want to give you this, we don't give you oil, we don't want to give you plutonium. I don't know why I want to use that word, just because I just found it. I don't know. But I think that if you get to the point where, okay, man, we need oil. You know, we can't be charging $5 a barrel. All right, we need this, we need that. I still don't understand. We got all the oil. Why are we going to get more oil?
Well, it would affect us in something that we can't make here on our own.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So all they got to do is take that away and say, I don't know, Singapore, maybe they make napkins. Okay, we're not giving y'all no more napkins unless y'all jump on board. I'm just spitballing here.
No, I got you.
So I think if you're put in a corner,
it's forcing.
Yeah, you're gonna be forced. You're gonna be forced in. You're gonna be forced in line, whether you like it or not. It may take you longer to get there, but your ass getting in line.
Don't you think that's what this BRICS coalition objective is, to pretty much force our hand?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But will they be successful?
That's why they call it BRICS. Hard heads make a soft head.
That's the big question.
You know, I mean, if more countries end up, you know, joining them, you know,
exactly,
it can make things pretty hard.
So that'll make it we'd be forced to abide by this new dollar system or currency system.
I think that y'all underestimate how powerful we are as a country, and so if they're joining and trying to force us to join, what about the other countries that ride with us and the influence we have?
Shit, once we fold, they gonna roll with us.
They gonna ride with us.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying once we fold.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying. I think y'all underestimate.
But some countries have kind of fold. They kind of fold. They kind of fall back. Some countries, not every country, but some countries are starting to fall back from the U.S. They're not really. Their confidence in us is not the same. Like, remember back in the day, you used to go to Australia. They loved Americans. I'm not saying they don't still, but the treatment is not the same. You know?
Right.
Yeah, but
that's that post Donald Trump era.
Yeah, that, and you're speaking on probably on a personal level because you travel via the military.
Well,
but you got, when it comes to stuff like that, I mean, we speaking of governments, man.
Yeah,
and bigger
entities.
Things,
yeah, that's true. You got a point.
I hope it never happens. You know, I hear what you're saying, Freddie G, as far as us underestimating how powerful we are as a country. You know, but, you know, nowadays when you hear this being talked in the news, and I'm sure, you know, that's what media is for, to get you interested in thinking about things that really shouldn't be too much of a major issue, but we blow it out of proportion.
Right.
Typical as Americans. But it's hard not to think about it and think, what if? You know, and in order to plan accordingly, these are the type of things that I guess has to be discussed. Because we don't want to get caught off guard like we did, 9/11.
Right.
They called us slipping then, and we were a powerful country back then, and caught us with our pants down pretty much.
Yeah.
So we really don't want to get caught back in another situation like that.
I think we still getting caught with our pants down.
Yeah,
with the balloon.
here's the thing with that though. Like I get you on getting caught slipping in 9/11. I get how horrific it was, an attack it was, but when it comes to like 9/11 and getting caught with your pants down, the last time we got caught, really truly caught with our pants down, was Pearl Harbor. That's a military bombing. That's when, okay, this is military force coming to attack our country. So us getting caught with our pants down, I get what you're saying. We don't want to get caught with our pants down, but those were just militants acting, and they ran the plane in the building, not taking it lightly or nothing like that. But when it comes to like, okay, your country is coming to fight over in our country, versus we going over to Afghanistan or whatever, and we fighting. Our military force is coming over there to do what we need to do.
Right.
So I don't think that. I'm not saying that no country is vulnerable, because we can get caught with our pants down. But I think that the last time we got caught with our pants down was during Pearl Harbor. They actually bombed Pearl Harbor.
Well, I just think we got caught a few times with slipping past down. I don't know if you classifies that the same, because you just floated a whole balloon from a whole nother country right over here, all across the U.S. and we nothing.
More than one.
You know what?
More than one? See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's more than one. It was more than one. In the I think it was during the Trump era.
Yeah.
It was during the Trump era. But here's the thing.
No, the balloons just happened a month ago. That balloon,
I'm
the one
speaking
that
of the more than one.
Okay. The first time,
was during the Trump era.
No, I didn't know nothing about that one.
And so, us getting caught with our pants down with the balloon situation. I get it, and I can see how that is us being caught with our pants down. But what I'm speaking of when we say get caught with our pants down in reference to the 9/11, and I know you were using that loosely, K Money.
Very much so.
I'm speaking of military force.
Okay,
I'm speaking of now you come in to bomb and tie up something and to take over to do that, kind of like what Russia's doing to Ukraine. I know the topic is about the U.S. dollar,
But it all ties together.
And so kind of like Russia taking over Ukraine, and they're coming over because they're wanting to put them under their rules.
Right.
And when somebody comes over to take over your country, that's what I look at, getting caught with your pants down.
Well, now we possibly talking about World War III.
I agree.
Of course, and if that's the case, I still think the U.S. Will prevail because of NATO.
Well, I pray it doesn't come to that, man.
The thing would be for it not to happen, or have to happen.
Yeah,
but
because even two missiles, any type of nuclear,
a lot of times
it would be bad.
We know that when it's war, it was war for a reason,
right?
And war changes a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And most of the time, it probably changes for the better if you have to go to war. It's obviously a reason to be fighting.
And then there's another thing that makes us a powerhouse is our armed forces.
Right.
I'm proud to have served my country, and a couple of us, other of us on the panel as well.
Oh yeah.
But I hope it doesn't come to that, fellas. If it did, I don't think I would be alive or around.
Yeah.
To experience,
see it happen, right?
Yeah, but that's a scary thought. World
man.
War III. Just thinking on how the other two world wars, went down. Any war, period.
Any war.
But, if it went to Bitcoin, my biggest fear, it would be these cyber hackers. You
Right.
know,
Can they steal your
and I'm sure
Bitcoin?
they can.
Somebody found a way out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know.
Hacking into your and then trying to prove, hey man, somebody stole my.
Right. Trying to prove it now.
Yeah, they're going digital
Yeah.
with the money, and I ain't too much, but I need to see my cash in my hand under my
We
mattress.
old school, man.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, I need to see my hand.
I need to peel that paper back.
Yeah, I need to pull it out of my pocket, and I'm gonna need that. I ain't need no digital cards. I got an ATM card. I really don't like that, but it is what it is. But that's digital enough. The ATM card, don't go nothing else. No barcode.
I mean, if it turns into something like Bitcoin, do you actually even have it at this point?
yeah.
What are you physically holding?
But see, one of the arguments I'm sure is going to be that the value it's not going to lose its value, it would. Bitcoin just seems to be the hot thing right now, which is what I guess would hold its value or increase its value.
Hopefully.
So let me ask you: can I use? Let's say I got Bitcoin now. Can I use it in Russia?
That info I don't
Can
know.
I use it in China?
Right. How far?
Yeah.
Can I
how
go?
far
I'm a millionaire,
Right.
Right.
and all my millions are in Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. How do I spend it?
Can I use it anywhere
Yeah.
other than the U.S.?
Right.
Yeah.
So
Is that
again-
worldwide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not only that, if you at the butt naked club, do I be throwing my bitcoins at the hoes? I throw the bitcoins, bitch. He go coin, bitch.
Just like with the dollar, though, when we go to these different countries, you can
Transfer
exchange your money.
Nobody.
Yeah.
So
Exchange.
that's where
That
the convincing of the value of the dollar comes in because as Bitcoin you may be getting more in these
Right.
other countries than you would for the dollar
Right.
nowadays.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I know that there's a currency exchange in other countries, and so if I take my U.S. dollar, okay, I got $100 in my pocket, $100 US in my pocket.
And I got 100 Bitcoin.
No, I walk up to the currency exchange booth in Mexico.
But
I walk up to the currency exchange booth in Mexico and I hand them $100, and then they give me back the money that's equivalent to that $100.
right.
Now, I go next week to Mexico, but I have $100 in Bitcoin, and I'm walking up to the currency exchange booth that sits right on the border between San Diego and Tijuana. That's right there. Yes,
sir.
Right.
And I walk up there and I say, "Hey, I got $100 in Bitcoin. What y'all gonna do with this?" And I'm holding it on my phone, whatever it is. How they gonna exchange that? How am I gonna get it?
But I think
Me no speaking no English.
I think the whole idea of one commodity is that this whatever they're gonna use is worth the same no matter if you're in the U.S., London, China, Russia. It's the whole purpose is this dollar is worth this dollar no matter where you are in the world.
And I get that, but the only way that you can do that with that one type of currency all over the world is make a one world government.
Right,
That's
and
the only
that's
way
what
you
they're
can do
trying
that.
to do, and they're gonna force the U.S. to come on board.
See, that's not gonna work.
They can.
I don't think
That's
that's
not gonna
gonna
work.
work
That's not gonna
because
work, man.
it's too many people out here that's commonly getting their money the way they get it. They don't want your money to your tax dollars to be the same as theirs.
Right.
And who gonna force it, man? We all okay. U.S. got a president. Russia got a president,
Right.
and all these
South
other countries.
Korea,
Who gonna be in charge to say everybody gonna get
Everybody
on
gonna
board?
get- yeah.
Nah, it's too many dicks swinging.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well.
exactly.
I mean, they already meeting. I mean, the dude from Russia and them China.
What country do they look at to come in and step in to do?
Big bro.
Well, and
Big
then,
dog. Who they look at?
They met
Nah, who
Russia.
they- who
I get what
who
you're
they look
saying.
at?
They tell the
Who they
they
look
tell
at?
the U.S. Hey, we finna go meet. Yes, you're right, but
Who-
they
who-
don't meet every time
Okay.
with the U.S.
But check it out. Who are they reporting to?
Us, yes.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But they tired of that.
So if we
Yeah.
got it, well, not us. If they got together to have one currency,
Yeah,
somebody got to be the big dog.
and that's the
You
thing.
think U.S. gonna bow down and not
They
be
don't
the big
want no
dog?
big-
After being number one for
Yeah,
so
it's
long.
not gonna-
Yeah,
They not
yeah.
gonna do that.
That U.S. been long too
Yeah,
long.
I
It's
see
just
what
like
you're
it's just like
saying.
selling
Yeah.
dope.
So when you say they're gonna force U.S.,
right,
No, they ain't gonna force. We big dogs. Who gonna force us?
Look,
would
Ghost
be World
Ghost
War
was
III.
big dog too, but his own son killed him on that. It's the same thing. They coming for the U.S. Get ready. Put your money under your mattress. It ain't gonna be worth nothing, but put it under there anyway.
That was a hell of an analogy, but
Shout out to
it
Ghost
will be a
50
World War
Cent.
III if that was to go down. Then yeah, it definitely would be a World War III before that took place, man. Like I say, I pray to God that it never comes to that. You know, who knows to say who's to say 50 years from now what we'll be dealing with.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be on my way out, I'm sure, if I haven't already left this place. But I pray to God, you know, the future leaders of America, you know, we get it together and just keep the value of a dollar rising and strong if we can. You know, I appreciate y'all joining us. Peace out. This concludes another True Tuesday episode, and be sure you tune in tomorrow for Women Wednesday with Freddie G. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at 52 Sky Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, The 52 Sky Podcast. And for all you YouTubers, don't forget to like and subscribe. And to all my 52 Sky faithfuls, it may be new to you, but if you heard it here, then you know it's true.
Wherever you're from, like it's coexistence, but to know